Okay, so now let us try to understand what do we mean by the negative of a rational number. So we have already learned about the concept of negative numbers or integers, right? Essentially, it's a number which has a negative sign in front of it. That's how we represent negative numbers. Now, what does a negative of a rational number mean? So let us say that we have a rational number in the form of a by b. So the negative of that is simply minus of a by b. That is, we just multiplied by minus 1. Okay, so this is shown over here. The negative of a by b is minus of a by b. Now let us take it the other way around. What is the negative of a negative rational number? That is, what if you have minus of a by b? Well, it turns out that the negative of this number is plus of a by b. And why does that happen? Because negation essentially means multiplying that number by minus 1. Okay, so when you multiply minus of a by b, multiply it with minus 1, what you get when you multiply a negative number by a negative number, you get a positive number, and hence it is a positive number over here. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, one thing to note is that the negative number is the negative of a rational number is also known as additive inverse. And you might be wondering, we learned about an additive identity. What is an additive inverse? So additive inverse is simply what we add to a number which gives us 0. So in this case, if we add the negative of a rational number with itself, we will get 0, which is very obvious. So a plus b plus of minus of a by b, which means a by b minus a by b, it gives us 0, and hence the name additive inverse. Okay, now let us look at another concept, which is the reciprocal of a rational number. What do I mean by the reciprocal? Now let's say that we have our same number a by b. Okay, so reciprocal of a number simply means when I multiply it by a rational number by its reciprocal, I should get 1. Okay, so from that perspective, the reciprocal of a rational number is also known as multiplicative inverse. So I've shown here the reciprocal of a by b is nothing but it is b by a, which means that all we do is we just change the numerator and the denominator. And you might be wondering, how did we arrive at this? Well, so a reciprocal can be represented as 1 over a by b. Okay, for a rational number, it is 1 divided by a by b. So now this is a division, and so what we do is we convert this division into multiplication by doing 1 multiplied by b by a, which gives us b by a. So this is a reciprocal. Well, reciprocal is simply taking 1 over that number, and hence we get the reciprocal of a by b as b by a. Okay, now the other thing to keep in mind is what will be the reciprocal of a negative number. So when you have minus of a by b, the reciprocal of that will be minus of b by a. Remember to have the minus sign, and when we multiply both of these, we get 1. So those were the ideas about negative of a rational number and reciprocal of a rational number.